Hey guys, welcome to a new video. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. I was just working behind the scenes on a blog post that I have here, which is titled, Does Eating Raw Eggs Increase Testosterone? And I was just, doing my work behind the scenes. And then I figured I might as well do a part of this live. And this section right here of my blog, and by the way, just like a pre-message to this video, this is not going to be a fancy video. This is not going to get a lot of views, not going to get a lot of attention. But sometimes I think it's important to show the behind-the-scenes kind of work of what I'm doing on my blog, not only to motivate you guys to get going and work on yours, but more importantly, just to do little changes each and every day, little improvements. You don't have to move mountains every day. I always say this, but get 1% better on your blog every day. And, if you do that, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, you're going to be in a completely different position, not only for your blog, but financially. You're going to open your eyes to a new reality. So I was sitting here working on this blog, and always when I'm working on my blog, I think to myself, well, how can I improve it? What can I do? And you guys know I have a whole segment in my free course talking about readability, right? And readability is actually a very measurable concept, not only just based on the vocabulary of your words, but how visually appealing is it? How easy it is to read? And this is, like I said, this blog post is all about, does eating raw eggs increase testosterone? And here I have this I guess you could say table of contents, but not really, that the AI built for me, which is right here. And I kind of followed it, kind of created some of my own topics. And then I figured, what else can I include here? And I looked at my blog post and I said, well, images, right? And I thought to myself, right, and this kind of works all together, what do people, how often do people eat raw eggs? Well, they put it in their protein shakes sometimes, right? So I said, perfect. I can include a section about protein shakes or a protein shake recipe with raw eggs. So I had the AI kind of create one for me, which is right here. And I'm still going to have to format it. It's not the most attractive thing. I'm actually going to, I was working on this behind the scenes, but like I said, I figured I'd record this live. And this is, once again, not the fanciest video out there, but definitely something that I think if this YouTube channel is going to be about making passive income through blogs, it should be something that's noted, should be something that's said, and there should be a video out there for it. So I'm kind of working on that right now. This is not the fanciest picture of a protein shake, but let me make sure my alt image text is there. And something I like to do to increase that readability and create breaks in the blog, which are very important. You could actually do Google search on breaking in blogging. And the way I could do that is I can create a background color section to this blog post, right? So I can go over here and I can, let's actually make it like a blue, decrease the opacity, or make it more opaque, rather, more transparent, rather. And I could do that just like this, right? Now, this is not the most attractive, which is why I'm going to center this. And this is almost like a break in the system, right? A break in the blog post. It's not like the regular text, right? It's not the same font. I'm changing the font here. I'm changing the font size. I could even change the actual font, right? Which is, this actually looks more clean. Let me go ahead and do that. And like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is to kind of document this. The reason why I'm doing this is to create a break in the system, create more traffic, more, I guess you could say, blessings, financially speaking, when it comes to building this blog. And guys, if you're listening and you're thinking about creating a blog, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, right? It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not the hardest. And the reason why I say it's not the easiest is because the hard part about it is just doing it every day, like being relatively consistent with the work. And it's not like there's some sort of rule within Google that you have to do the work every day. But I always say, just do a little bit of work every day. Because what happens is with blogging, especially for beginners, if you're working on a blog and you kind of, not work on it every day, kind of forget about it a little bit, you could go up 2, 3, 4, 5 months, look up, and you haven't done a single thing on it. And, that's normal. It happens. And it's happened to me, trust me. Especially when you have a lot of different blogs going on, a lot of different websites. So sometimes you got to work on it. And this section right here is now a break in the system. It creates more visibility. When I add my table of contents, which you could see I created a container for it right here, and I go ahead and do that, there will be a section that's clickable with anchor text, right? So for those who don't know what anchor text means, is when I can click a link on my page and it will automatically scroll down to where it's anchored, which will be like right here, right? So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And I actually do recommend that you try to incorporate some sort of table of contents within some of your blogs. You don't have to do it every time. There's no rules. There's no requirements. It's all about what Google thinks is a good written article, or an article that serves the need of the reader. But I think overall it's good to do that. And something that I've been doing is I've been using GPT, the OpenAI version, to assess my blog after it's being written, which I could probably do a video on that in the future. But yeah, so this is not a big video. I figured, once again, this is you can take this as a daily motivational video to go out there and just work a little bit on your blog. And like I said, you do a little bit every single day, and eventually, your pain, your work, your effort will be rewarded. It's just, it takes some time, especially when you're dealing with Google. And the reason why I actually was inspired to make this video, I'm talking about specifically this topic, is because these two blog posts that I wrote a few days ago, nothing crazy. I'll show you how they look right now. Let's let this load here. This one and this one, they both got their first clicks like a day or two after they were written. Now that's kind of important, and it's pretty cool because Google actually notifies you when that happens. You go in your Google Search Console and you check your recent data. There's like this little emblem next to the link, and it says first click. And I checked the position of this one. I forgot to check the position of this, but I checked the position of this, and the first day it was ranking at like position 13. Then it was ranking in position 2. And then it was ranking in position 10, and then it's off of Google completely. And once again, that's not a bad sign. I've spoken about this before, but Google will take your website off of Google for a period of time. It could be for a day, it could be for 2 days, and they'll put it back on, and then off, and then on, and then off, and then on. And it's nothing more than just Google testing the algorithm, right? How does it fit your content into the algorithm? But when you start ranking immediately a little bit higher than, what you would have thought, maybe you thought you were going to be immediately in like position 60 or position 40 in the very start, but instead you're in position like 10 or 12 or 20, that's generally a better sign than being in the lower rankings, in the later rankings rather. My goal is to be as low as possible. That number should be in position, anywhere from 1 if I'm very, in a good position or I'm very fortunate, all the way to position even 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not as bad. A lot of people think that, if you're not in the top 2, then, you're missing out. And that's not completely true, I have articles that sometimes don't always rank to the top, but I have snippets. I have, I have some traffic coming in, and you guys have seen my latest video showing how much sales this website has generated so far as a completely new blog. And, a lot of that traffic comes from position, being in position 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just starting as a blog, really. And there's a lot of even though there's like 60 something blog posts here, they're not all like real. And when I say real, they're not all created by me. They're not all good. I have to definitely go back and improve some, and fix them and make sure that they're good, because they're not. A lot of these were written by a virtual assistant that just, to be honest, fall short. And I'm not saying that to be divisive or mean or anything like that. This is just speaking facts, and they need to be improved. So with a website like this, I can work on this for, let's say, consistently, I would say maybe an hour every 2.5 days, and if I do that consistently within, let's say, a 6-month period of time, it could generate, let's say, anywhere from $500 or maybe like $450 all the way to like $800. And then from there, I could choose, do I want to keep growing it? Do I want to, see where it will go? Or do I want to just leave it the way it is, let it keep making me the money that it makes, and move on to another one, and so on? Either way, there's a lot of freedom associated with it, because as long as it pays for the hosting, then it doesn't matter. And you guys know I don't pay for the hosting up front. You guys know, because I use Rocket Web Builder, which is the platform that I use and that I own and that I run. This is, it's been in the making for a long time, and I bought the company. But either way, I have to cover the hosting regardless, because I have a lot of websites on there anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk too much. I don't want to take any more of your guys' time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helps. And I'll see you guys soon, all right? Peace out. Bye.